Oh, hello. A very warm welcome to you. This was rather unplanned. My name is Nick. It's possible that no one's going to see this, but normally I would do a Friday chat types thing, but I sort of run out of time, so I had to do it live. But anyway, if this takes off, maybe I'll muck about with it a little bit more and do a Q&A and all that sort of stuff. So this is sort of like a tester thing, and also it's something that well, I had to do because I was running out of time-wise. But anyway, hope you've been having a good Easter. This is the first time this thing has been on the full screen. Normally I'd be filming this with my camera, non-live, and then editing it down, lots of captions and all that sort of stuff. But it's this thing where I do a big shout-out to all the members on there. So as I say, the likelihood is that you're going to catch this when it's already gone up after the actual event. So let me know how it's sounding and everything is sort of like good. So there we go. Oh, look, a couple of people have gone in there. So well done you. You're eagle-eyed. You're some of the few people that would spot this thing. So it's in the red corner. Hello in the red corner. And Gumdio, who says Happy Easter. And Happy Easter to you too. Now, there's going to be some live streams next week. But essentially, this is the Friday chat thing inside instead, and a big hello to Tom Higgins as well. So just sit back, have a bit of fun. I hope you are enjoying the sun. It's not too bad here. So what I do as I normally do, I'm not walking around grass, there's no gimbal and everything. Thanks Tom, good that everything is sounding okay. This is slightly different. Hello Con Flummox. So I'll just do you a brief recap of the games we've looked at in the previous week, so not including today's ones and yesterday's. Hope you've seen today's ones, they've been not too bad. But yeah, it gives you a chance to have a look at those if you haven't already, but I'm sure you might have done there. So there we go. Anyway, what have you been doing today? I have been essentially, what have I been doing essentially? I did a bit of video editing earlier on, and I've been doing a lot of tidying up. Don't know if you've been eating chocolate and stuff like that. I did joke in the live stream this week of Bailey's Easter egg would be nice. I did have a dairy milk one in the week, which wasn't too bad. So there we go. So there's a few of us here, aren't they? So this is like beta. This is like testing, which I do every now and again. And some people will jump in, give me feedback, and we'll sort of like this. So you never know. Next week we might do a Q&A. What do you reckon? A Q&A? I'd have to. At the moment I've got normal latency, so I think with a delay between me and you, so I think normally I'd have to change it. So as per usual, it's unscripted, but normally on the Friday chats I can edit the thing together. This is completely and utterly unedited, hurrah! So I'm not sure what the lighting is. It's like daylight, haven't got the normal lights on. Tom's watched the Snooker World Championships. Is it the Snooker World Championships already? Well, by Jeffrey, by Donald. I haven't looked at the snooker for a while. Is Steve Davis still the world champion? I think the last final I watched was in 1985, but I do remember seeing a couple of good semi-finals. Anyway, look, I'm digressing as per usual. So, yes, I don't know how long I'm going to be talking for. Maybe ages, maybe not long at all. But anyway, so the games we look at 6 games a week. You know this, don't you? You know we look at 6 games a week. We looked at a ZX Spectrum game, which we also looked at. Did we look at this in live stream? I can't remember. You tell me. First one was Discs of Death. Yes, Discs of Death. It's a futuristic sports game. Very difficult to hit your opponent in this one. Basically, you throw a disc at your opponent. I think the only thing that matters in the future is surviving as long as you possibly can, throwing discs at people to knock them off. I'm not explaining this very well. Now, normally I'd put some video footage, but I haven't got any video footage because we're live. Right, yes, Ronnie was on today. Good. I'm sort of like, yes, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I multitasking, that's it. Whenever I try and multitask, it all goes wrong. So yeah, Disc of Death was on the ZX Spectrum. Do check out these reviews if you haven't already, and you want to have a look at those. We're never going to run out of games to review. That is definitely for sure, because there's tens and tens and tens of thousands. Occasionally I get a message saying you're going to run out, you've got none left, there's loads left. Anyway, Disc of Death is good. The other game we looked at was Pro Powerboat Simulator. We previously looked at this on the Commodore Amiga, and it wasn't too bad, although it wasn't really pushing the Amiga to its limit. It's basically a vertical scrolling powerboat simulator where you go around obstacles to try and get to the end, and over every separate level there's sort of like a bonus stage where you need to avoid obstacles as well and go through like tapes and stuff. So that was quite interesting. Out of the two, I prefer Pro Powerboat Simulator, and that one we definitely did have a look at that. Now, Winged Warlords, that'll be on next week's roundup because I'm a little bit behind, but that was good. The homebrew we looked at last time was Space Junk by Miguatello in 2021. Now, if you're a member, which I think a lot of you in there are, you would have already seen the video for next week's videos, games that we're going to view next week, so we're a little bit behind here. Anyway, we looked at Space Junk by Miguatello, and I found the controls slightly tricky on that one, although the music was really, really good, and it's quite interesting there. Space Junk, so we'll look at a few others by Miguatello, I'm sure, seems to be quite an accomplished coder. On the Commodore Amiga, we looked at a public domain game, as we did earlier on. We looked at Premier Picks, didn't we, earlier on today, but last week we looked at Willy's Weirdy Nightmare. If you're onto Jet Set Willy, there's lots of mods and homebrews of Jet Set Willy on the ZX Spectrum. This one was on the Commodore Amiga though. The original conversion of the Commodore Amiga of Jet Set Willy, the original game, I wasn't a great fan of because they switched from a flip screen to a scrolling screen, which I think ruined it ever so slightly. This time it's gone back to basics. It looks like an 8-bit game, and they followed it through in that sort of vein. So check out Willy's Weirdy Nightmare. I think just a Google search and you're able to find that quite quickly, I believe. On the Atari 2600, as I say, do look at the Premiere Picks there. If this video goes on a long time, I've got this Foster's just in case. See, I'm prepared, but at the moment I've just got this cup of tea, just in case it's like a short one. Well, that cup needs a clean, doesn't it? There we go. I'm not very good at looking after myself. Yes, on the Atari 2600, hello to Green Bear. That sounds like a brand of beer, maybe, and makes me want to. Is Green Bear better than Foster's? You'll have to tell me. Right. Okay. So I'm thinking of Hofmeisters now, aren't I? I'm easily distracted. Yes. On the Atari 2600, there was a sequel to River Raid called River Raid 2, and I love River Raid. Come out on the ZX Spectrum and the Commodore 64 as well. It's a right classic game. River Raid 2 expands on it a little bit. I still prefer the original, I think, out of the two. I believe there might have been a River Raid 3, but I don't think they ever got fully published, although indeed they was working on the thing. Yes. You're over the sea this time, and rivers and lakes. So it's River Raid. The description is pushing it a little bit, but in the end you have to land on an aircraft carrier and then finally get back to base. So there we go. And the last game was on the Nintendo 64. Now I know I know you mainly like the 8-bit stuff. Foster's in a shoe. Yes, I go with that, Tom. I know you mainly like the 8-bit stuff, and that's what the figures suggest. But I like to mix it up a little bit, so we've got a bit of a comparison. I do like racing games. On the Nintendo 64, we looked at F1 World Grand Prix 2. A real good game if you own that system. Really expands on the original game, Formula 1 Grand Prix. It's a bit smoother around the corners. The pop-up isn't so bad. It's a bit smoother. I think Mika Hakkinen won the World Championship there. So there we go. So it's currently, what is the figure saying? There's currently 11 of us watching this, including me, which isn't very much. But it was unannounced. We're not playing any games here. We're just having a little chit-chat, which is helping me out so I don't have to do all the editing. Lazy, Nick, lazy. Well, you know, it's been quite busy this time. So you put in the comment section what you've been doing. There's Tom. He's done a show, the man of a million emojis. You know, I think I might do a comment in the comment section. Look, I'm going to type something in now. There we go. Hello, Nick. It's Nick. So see what the delay this is. Hello, Nick. It's Nick. There we go. So, you know, I can be in the comment section as well now, because I'm not having to play a game at the same time. There I go. That's good. So I can get involved. I can get involved like you. I can see the chat box. I get access to it. You know, normally I'm racing around the place. So yeah, thank you to the subscribers. Thank you to members, which we'll do a shout out to the members at some point as well later on. Now, what was I going to talk to you about as well? Because you know, normally when I'm walking around, I I generally say some like newsworthy things that I've caught during the week, and this is like no different. I've always wanted to be good at stocks and shares and stuff, but I don't think I would. You must have got those spam emails which say make millions of pounds through Bitcoin, do this with Bitcoin. I double my money through cryptocurrency. Well, most of it is a bit rubbish, really. Apparently 95% of people lose money on doing that. Yes, but anyway. If only you knew the future, then you could probably progress and know what to do. Basically, this always leads me up to the story that Elon Musk, he's quite rich. I think he's the richest man in the world. I don't know how much Putin's got. But anyway, he's the richest man in the world. So obviously he can do essentially what he wants. He bought, I think it was 9% or 11% shares in Twitter. He wants an edit button, which I want an edit button as well, but I'm not as rich as him. You know, like tweets, if you want to, you enter it and then you have a look at it. I don't know if you use Twitter, and then you spelt a thing wrong. You either leave it up as it is, or you delete it and redo it with the correct spelling as in there. Well, yes, he's bought that, and what happened in that month? The shares on Twitter increased in price by about 30%. What's your opinion on Pac-Man 2? Says Green Bear. I haven't played Pac-Man 2. When did that come out? I played Pac-Mania and Mus Pac-Man. When did Pac-Man 2 come out? Give me some more information on that. It sounds like something I need to look up. Anyway, Elon Musk bought essentially Twitter, and there's rumours that he might buy all of Twitter, and they said it might be worth billions. But I think he's worth about 168 billion. I don't know how many billions you got. I haven't checked my bank account recently, but I think it's short of a few billion to be able to buy Twitter. So, you know, part of me thinks, should I buy shares because he might buy Twitter and the shares go up again and I make a 20% win. But then, of course, if I bought it, he'd probably change his mind, sell these shares, and it'd dip by about 50%, and your money is halved. So I think it's best just not to mess with it, I figure. Hello to Easy DJ. Happy Easter, Spec Chums, he says. YouTube has edit. Yeah, YouTube has edit, Tom, but Twitter doesn't have edit, which is a bit of a shame. I suppose the only problem with that, in particular Twitter, is you could do a question, someone could answer it, you can edit it so you've got a different question and make them look like a prize gooseberry. Like you say something like, who's your favourite pop star, something like that, and you put, I don't know, Shakin' Stevens or Elvis Presley, and then they edit it to say, who do you think's the Prime Minister of Germany, and then it seems that you've put Shakin' Stevens, and it makes you look like an idiot. To my knowledge, Shakin' Stevens has never been in the running to be the Prime Minister of Germany, but that'd be wrong. So I think the edit is essentially a good idea, but I can see as well that it would be, someone take the thing out of it, and you always got to care for your worst case phenomenon. Now, if you are Shakin' Stevens watching this and you are the President of Germany, then I do apologise that I haven't been keeping up with the news. Let's have a cup of tea in my dirty cup. Good. So I don't know how this is coming across. I know you can hear me. I know the graphics is okay. Would you want, obviously I'll have to schedule it in. Would you want because we're never going to stop the Friday walks I do because I've got the gimbal. Would you like one of these each week as well? We do a Q&A and maybe try and cut the latency so the gap between me and you is a bit different. Let me know. A smelling mistake from Tom Higgins. Yes, good. So, Elon Musk. I mean, I quite often follow him on videos on YouTube. As you know, he's got this grand idea to get to Mars. Easier said than done, and build a big city and have their own currency and all that sort of stuff. I like the idea of going to Mars, but I wouldn't want to be one of the first people there because there's nothing there, essentially, a load of rock. I mean, how long is it going to take before they get decent, like, pizza places and places to go and food and all that sort of stuff? It's a good idea. It's a good romantic idea, but it's a very harsh environment. It's very red. You can't go on for a walk. My Friday walk, you probably won't be able to hear me because I'd have an oxygen spacesuit on, and that's probably about it, really. Right, okay. What does Gumdio say? Gumdio says, if editor should say edit in the tweet. Oh, I suppose so. That makes sense. Is Elon Musk a fragrance? I don't know, he should release it, mightn't he? I myself have released a few scents, normally in a pack lift. Anyway, what we going? Oh yeah, I did. I don't think I put this on Twitter, but it's a good bit of advice. I think I put it on my Facebook, my personal Facebook account. But I pass it on to you in case it helps. I think it was from a comment in the YouTube comments as well. But anyway, stay safe at Easter. Always carry a frisbee with you, right? Why are we saying this, Nick? Well, you know, if you throw a frisbee at a Tyrannosaurus Rex, because its arms are so small, like this, trying to catch it, it'll fall over, and you could run away. So that's something to bear in mind. If you're going out at Easter, take a frisbee on the off chance that you're chased by a Tyrannosaurus Rex. See, I might have just saved your life. So you've caught this live, lucky you, and of that you've learnt that bit of information. So very, 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 very good indeed. Right, what else? What else? How comes you lot aren't out in the sun, travelling around and having fun at barbecues and chasing poodles? What's going on? What's the big story, you lot? Although I'm glad you are here, because otherwise I'll be talking to myself and you give me some valuable feedback. I don't normally, because I'm too busy playing the game and I've got windows everywhere, I don't normally see the preview window in full. And I never knew it said how long you've been live streaming for. That's quite interesting. 16 minutes and 8 seconds. Well, that's not bad, is it? Right, okay. What else did I want to talk about? Yeah, Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday. Now, I bet you that most people don't know what Easter Sunday is really about from a religious point of view. We do, I'm sure we do. It's all about chocolate and Easter eggs and stuff. But if you ask the average kid on the street with chocolate all around their face, what's Easter then? They'll probably say something about the Easter Bunny or something like that. We all know Good Friday is when historically Jesus was crucified on the cross. Not to sound like songs of praise here or some religious thing, but that's historically what, according to the Bible, that says. So it wasn't a particularly good Friday for him. And then Easter Sunday as when he rose back, proving he was the son of God. How that's translated over the years to eggs and a chocolate guzzling sensation, I don't know. Quite often as you go through the years, religions get mixed together, stuff happens, and suddenly you've got a Christmas tree in your living room, and you don't know what the hell's going on, and tints around your hat, and you drunk 8 bottles of Bucks Fizz before 10 a.m. And that's pretty what happens at Christmas. So festivals merge together and they go forward. I'm not quite sure what happened on Halloween. You got any news about that? Any Halloween stuff? How did that come? I think they might have copied the idea off of the films. Possibly. Now, I know Ricky Gervais does the occasional vlog like this, and he does it on his phone. He doesn't have Stormtrooper and Batman in the background, but I think more people watch his stuff. Don't know why, probably because he wrote The Office, done the Globes, and really, really famous. I doubt, if you're Ricky Gervais, comment below. No, maybe don't. Big hello to Thomas Sinclair. Now, that is a real cool surname. Happy Easter to you. Yeah, normally he's drinking some wine, and I think they're a bit shorter, or they're cut down, or people are re-uploading them, or something like that. Yes, so that is Easter. Do you go to? I must admit, although I'm a little bit religious, I don't go to church or anything like that. I'm a bit guilty of picking and choosing my religion. I believe that there's a God, but I don't believe everything that happened in the Bible word for word. So I sort of like take bits, regardless of the religion. I believe there's one God, although there is no physical evidence for it at all. So it's blind faith. So, you know, it's just, what was that thing that Elizabeth Shaw said in Prometheus? She says it's true because that's what she chooses to believe, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but there you go. It's a very special thing, isn't it? And it helps me with my stress as well, thinking that there's a big overlooker out there, or God, if you will, there. But it could be a little bit random, but have fun, defeat stress, and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, if you have got any questions for me, you can certainly put that in the comments section if you want. SQ Ron's here. Have a generally good remaining part of the Easter holidays, everyone. Well, you know, that's quite good, isn't it, really? So, yes, I got a few shout-outs then, like member shout-outs that I normally come to at this point of the sort of like non-walk. If you want to become a member, it's not compulsory by any means. Hello to Brian Bridgewood. There he was briefly there. It's not compulsory by any means, so don't worry about it. If I'm helping you with your stress, that's absolutely fine. If you're on the second tier above, I will give you a shout out, and that's what I do, because that's what I promised. But then I might continue talking after I've done this bit as well. It's the usual shout outs to the usual crowd, but there's one extra link I've got to shout here. So next week I'll probably be out walking again. Whenever I see Lara Croft's name in the comments, I just think back to that series of videos I'd done, Tomb Raider 1, where I eventually completed the whole game, which was quite nice to do. Right, okay, so big thank you to everyone on all the members. Thank you, but in particular the second tier and above. It's Avenging Lettuce. Thank you, Avenging Lettuce, wherever you may be today. David B73 and Dogs. Now I know a lot of you as well help. Maybe not members, but help in the super chats as well. So thank you there. But just by watching, by contributing watch time and interacting with the videos, that helps as well. Should I play a game after this? I'm quite tempted. I'm quite tempted to play a game after this because I've still got the other window open there. See, I can easily flick to that if I wanted to. Well, we'll see how we get on. Let's flick back to that window. Right. Okay. We'll see how we get on. I can easily flick back. Right, okay. What about a bit of stunt car racer? See, I'm getting out of my thing now. Hello to John Creighton. Hello there, John. Happy Easter to you as well. Where did I get to? Yeah, big hello to Obed Brinkman, Pete James, Jason Arnott's Terrifying House of a Recession, which is a good site to go to. YouTube channel, GTB Films, and Barrett and Ratty. Thank you, fellas. Malad1, Ozone 1255. Alf Fairweather, thank you, Alf, and Tuckeranada, thank you. Tuckamada, that's it. I can't read my own handwriting. I'm getting a bit like what is that word? A nincompoop, that's it. Thank you. Good afternoon to Phil Smith there. Thank you to Nikki S and Claire Johnson. What Ho Snookers, and also a new member, Clinton Johnson. Thank you, Clinton. Thank you very much. Hopefully a lot more live streams to come. Thank you to Jeffrey Searby, but this is the first live stream a bit like this. Steve Norman runs a retroarcadia.blog. Now, this is one of the good things. If you are a member on the second tier, I can shout out anything that you might be up to, unless it's a bank robbery, and you probably wouldn't want me to shout out a bank robbery or what time it's going on, but that hasn't happened as of yet. Yeah, so Retro Arcadia blog, check that out. Steve just got an Amiga Mini. I haven't got one of those. They're a bit expensive for me at the moment. About 130, 140 pounds if you've got an Amiga Mini. Anyway, Steve's been playing that, and he's been playing Banshee on it, which will come out with the Amiga 1200. And a few other things as well. He's also looked at the new racing game from Zosnia, which I need to look at some point. I think it's called Rubinho Cucaracha, I think. But it's of the same sort of like quality of all of Zosnia's ones, like Travel Through Time, Northern Lights, and all that sort of stuff. So that's well worth checking out. I need to review that at some point. Maybe that will happen in May. And also, Steve does a roundup of games he's been playing in the week as well. So retroarcadia.blog. You know, it's all about helping similar channels and that sort of stuff too. We're sort of like community, growing, having fun. I don't know how you spell that with a lot of F's, I'd imagine. Yes, big thank you to Lemmy Barnett and Steve Q. Thank you all your help, Steve. Phil Hill. Chono Baggy. Now, Chono Baggy runs the site. I don't know if you're into cosplay, are you? I don't think I've ever had a big long conversation with you. I'd like to be into cosplay. There, I always wanted to dress up as Johnny Depp or something like that, but never had the looks. I never had the. It's a tough costume, that. But I would like to get involved in that. Anyway, if you want to get ideas about that, essentially, I need a cup of tea again. I'm welling up in my throat. Right, yeah, it's facebook.com. Chono Baggy runs this, well, he's a part of it. Facebook.com/copycatscosplay. That's copy with a K, cats with a K, C with a C. Facebook.com, Copycats Cosplay. It's on Facebook, so have a search on that and show that some love there. And also a big thank you to Jason Holmes. Red, it's Easter, so you might play a Dizzy game. Well, maybe. Thank you. Main Masters here. Afternoon, Mr. J. Well, that's me. Happy Easter, sir. Happy Easter to you as well, Main Master. Every time I do one of these, I don't know how you feel. Every time I do one of these, I learn a bit more. This is the first time we've done a full screen thing like this. And as I say, I literally thought of it about half an hour ago because I didn't have time in the schedule to do other stuff. But anyway, it's different, isn't it? It's working out good. I think the visuals are sort of like there. Are they? Maybe. I don't know. Good. I'm dependent on your feedback, really. Where did I get to? I so need to be a DJ. A DJ is about filling blank air with unprepared stuff and just talking. I'd be a podcaster's dream if someone had me on as a guest. I really would. I could be quiet when they talked, and then I've always got an answer for something. Anyway, right, where was I? What was we doing? Yes, big thank you to everyone on the top tier as well, right? Okay, so you've gone above and beyond, you people. So thank you to SJab, Martin R, Rossi Bossy. Now, Rossi Bossy runs the site ross.bossy.itch.io. That's ross.bossy.itch.io. Now, a big hello to Dion Guy as well. Just finishing your watch. Oh, well done. Well done for watching the Premiere Picks video. It's a good one, that. Thank you, sir. Ross Bossy's site. Yeah, Ross Bossy's been working on a game called Super 3D Pixel Grand Prix. Now, that's been in development for quite some time. I do a lot of the voice work on it. I think I need to do some new voice work soon for menus and all that sort of stuff. But it's due to be released, I think, in the back end of 2022. Really looking cool. Follow Ross Bossy on Twitter as well. Quite often he will put up a production video of stuff he's doing. And I'm sure there'll be another beta at some stage. But the game's looking really good. Once it's complete, I'd love to do like a preview video on that as well, or an after video too. It's looking really good, but of course I'm biased, but check it out yourself. rossbossy.itch.io, and then the other stuff that he's doing. Hello to Custado, thank you there. Who else I got? Hey, Colin Hode. Now this is one of the new ones. Now, yeah, Colin Hode. Growing a channel on YouTube is particularly tricky, only because the vast amount of people that are doing it and getting noticed is, well, it's not the easiest thing in the world. I've been doing it for years and years and years and years, and percentage-wise, I'm hardly noticed, but I'm glad that you're here. Now, Colin runs a site that's linked to the BBC Micro, which is a system I don't cover at all. He's gradually going through a series of his top 85 BBC Micro games. Yeah, so check him out if you're into the BBC Micro or just want a bit of fun. YouTube.com/Colin Hode. So it's easy as that, really. You could just type Colin Hode with no spaces into the search. COLINHOAD. So YouTube.com/Colin Hode. Subscribe to that channel. Give him some love there, and have a look at the BBC Micro stuff that he's putting up. There we go. Good. Okay, so what else we got? I feel like doing a phone in here. Line 3. We've got Betty from Line 3. What does she think? Oh, she's hung up. Thank you also to Richard Mitten. Thank you, Richard. And to Tom and Graham Webke. Thank you, everyone. Now, why don't I got some paid adverts here? Supremo Glaze. Anyway, if anyone's watching this by random outside in the entertainment world and wants either someone to do voiceover work or a radio DJ, I'll be up for it. Get me out working from a supermarket, and I'll do your stuff instead. Right, good. Not that I like the supermarket. It's all right, but I could just talk to people on air all day. So thank you to everyone there on there. Now, what do you want to talk about, folks? Let's see who's in. There's quite a few of you in there. We've got 16 people watching. Good to see you. What did I say? I talked about Elon Musk, and I talked about, I don't know, other stuff as well. So this is the first stream I've done without any games involved. What does SQ Ron says? SQ Ron says, Nick's got a radio voice, to be sure. Well, I try my best. Probably a big reason why I watched the review. Oh, thanks, man. And the banter. Well, the banter's good. I must admit, I can't do the banter without you lot here, because that, you know, that's it's a swapping of ideas, like a conversation. And the more creative you are, the more creative I am. And it's sort of like, it's what's that thing? Together we are greater than the sum of our parts. I don't know who first said that. Maybe it's Euripides or some other Brazilian footballer. But, you know, it is very, very true. Tom Higgins is get right to the heart of the matter now. I feel like I'm on Newsnight. He said, what's your favourite crisps? Now, that is very interesting. I'm not a big crisp eater, but I do like the McCoys. They've got the ridged there, and they're quite a substantial crisp. They hold quite a lot of flavour in the ridges. But my favourite flavour would have to be, Tom, prawn cocktail. Prawn cocktail is the greatest of all crisps. I have got a liking as well for Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop, they say. I don't know if that's true. I thought that was just something like with cocaine or some other hard drug. But I always found Pringles a little bit too expensive for what you get. The tube, I suppose you do get a tube afterwards that you can use to keep tennis balls in, maybe. But you might be laughed when you go to Wimbledon, or might be automatically banned from there. Okay, right, now, Dogs is trying to drink the COVID away. You need something stronger than this, Foster's, to be fair. I made the mistake. I'm a big fan of Southern Comfort, but it makes you have memory loss. No, I'm a big fan of Southern Comfort, but I drink that too much to clear a tickly throat, and that probably isn't the best thing to do. Probably best to take better medicine. Next question here that's happened here. Nick, what was the first game you ever bought with your own money? That's an interesting question. Oh, I know what it was. I'll give you a bit of background first of all. We've just got the ZX Spectrum. My dad had bought a Jet Set with it. No, Manic Miner, I think. I was playing the Horizon tape for quite a bit. It had Through the Wall on it. Manic Miner. He bought a few of the Ultimate games. He bought some great games. I don't know if that was inspired or he read something. We had Attic Attack, Night Lord there. But the first game I bought, I think, was a budget game. We reviewed it a couple of times, I think, and live streamed it a little bit. Worst Things Happen at Sea was pretty good. Basically, if you don't know Worst Things Happen at Sea, it's by Silversoft software that might have come Firebird, I think. You control a robot in a boat, and you must prevent the boat from sinking by repairing leaks that spring up as it goes from one port to another port. First level, you just got to collect patches to patch up these leaks. Second level, it gets gradually more difficult. The boat will start drifting off course. You need to hit the steering wheel to bring it back on. And then the last one, which I've never really got past, you have to keep collecting oil to cool down the engine at the rear of the ship, and I always found it hard to get from the rear to the back before my energy ran out in the actual robots. That was the first one. I'll tell you what, the worst game I bought as well with my own money, you probably know this if you've watched the channel for a while, it was Jack and the Beanstalk. That was a terrible, terrible game. Now, some people like that game, I don't know why. It's just frustrating. Forget who that one's by, but you control one character. You need to go up a beanstalk first of all, and most kids, I don't think, would have got off that first screen. You have to be so precise or it'll fall down. The music is so annoying. Yeah, and that was with my own money as well. But you know, the things sort of like Blur. I think the most games I sort of like bought with my own money was Commodore Amiga. I think I didn't have too much money in pocket money when I was a kid for Spectrum stuff, but Amiga's when it first started kicking in, because I was in that sort of like teenage years where I can get part-time jobs and stuff. Speedball 2, Kickoff 2, yeah, all of those, all the data discs for a Test Drive 2. So that's a very good question. Thank you very much. Right, here we go. Tom likes salt and vinegar, and knickknacks are good. Scampi knickknacks is particularly nice. Do they still sell scampi knickknacks? That's good. And Frazzles, that's a good crisp as well. Dogs, Hobgoblin, Blue Moon, no vodka left. I've just in Morrison's, I've been picking up every now and again 4 bottles of, it's about 500 millilitres, 4 bottles of banana bread beer. I think £6 for 4 bottles. I don't know, I think it's on special offer at the moment. And the more I drank of it, the more I sort of liked it. It doesn't taste strongly of bananas, so if you're using a banana milkshake, you'd be disappointed. But it's got a subtle hint of banana bread beer under there, and the more I drank, the more I sort of like liked it. So that's a good little drink for you. That and Bailey's is my favourite. Dion Guy, Jack and the Beanstalk was by 4. That was it. You're right, Dion. Terrible. I'm glad you agree with me. Sometimes I have people that really defend that game, but I don't know why. I've read the review on the Commodore 64 as well to see if it would be any good. Any better, I should say, but I don't think it was. It's pretty bad game. Yeah, and Gumdo backs me up. Yeah, awful on the Commodore 64 as well. Now, I don't know if you've got Bank Holiday Monday off. I'm in work again, just for a change. I think I'm doing 10 till 5:15. I work at a supermarket, if you didn't know, so I don't know if people will necessarily know that the supermarket's open Bank Holiday Monday. Normally the store's open from 7 till 9, but this time we're open 7 to 8. I don't know what an hour difference makes there, so hopefully it's quiet. But you never do know. Are you going shopping on Bank Holiday Monday? I couldn't think of anything worse, to be honest with you. And some people think it's closed. Some people might think it's Sunday trading hours and closing at 4. But that's what sometimes happens if you work in the retail sector in particular. There you have to work bank holiday. I think banks work bank holiday Monday as well, which is a bit strange. Why is it called bank holiday Monday? I do not know. The crisp conversation continues. Real McCoy, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Real McCoy are good ones. Alan Jobson's the stand down from radio after more than 40 years of presenting night hours in the North East. Would you like his job? Yeah, I would do. Do I have to travel to the North East, or can I do it from my bedroom? I can do that. Send them an email that I'm ready to take over. I can see myself getting gradually older and going into a sort of like a more crazy Terry Wogan sort of delivery, where people phone up and I talk about stuff. Did Terry Wogan never do stuff about crisps? I'm not sure he did a crisp survey. It sounded like maybe Alan Partridge might do. Yes, there we go. So, I think most people like the ZX Spectrum the most attracted to the channel. But what systems do you like the most? Oh, Ross Bossy's here. I've just given you a shout out, Ross Bossy. Or Roz. Because I've run out of time to do a proper Friday chat, so I've done it all live. So I've just shouted out rossbossy.itch.io. Got everyone onto Super 3D Pixel Grand Prix. Richard, why is this live? It's 7 a.m. here. What's happening? Oh no, this is just it's my own fault, Richard. Because I've been so busy this week with work, I'm doing the Friday chat live instead. I know it's not Friday, so it's even more confusing. I'm doing an Easter Sunday chat instead because that'll save me doing all this like editing work. Already this has been going on over half an hour. It was supposed to be 10 minutes. Now it's gone super long. Why has it gone over super long? I do not know. You've got me talking, haven't you? You got me talking, and now I'm just I need to put a record on. Did you ever watch? I watch this quite a lot on YouTube. Did you ever watch Ricky Gervais, Carl Pilkington, and Stephen Merchant when they did their what was that radio station? FXM. There, and they basically the dynamic between those three people is absolutely fantastic for different reasons. I don't think you could get them back into the recording studio now, but I'd love to do something like that. Three people just talking absolute blindly. I don't know what character I would feel out of that dynamic. You've got a Ricky Gervais who's slightly annoying, being a bit of a know-it-all and doesn't always get things read, but then poking a stick at Cole Pilkington, the naive, stupid one, and then you've got Steve Merchant, the educated one, there, just chipping in every now and again while they take the mick out of his looks. And they take the mick out of all their looks, really. So I don't know how I'd particularly fit in there. Anyway, so I think this is drawing to a close. Let me know if you want any more of these, and then maybe I'll prepare something a bit greater in sort of like the future. So this has been the Friday chat, live on a Sunday instead. So thank you for tuning in. Do you want me to speak a bit longer, or I haven't got anything prepared at all? Let me know if you want me to speak a bit longer there, but I might be just repeating myself. And, crazy stuff. What's the time at the moment? Yeah, I think the video is going to go up in a couple of minutes, I can't remember what it is. Members will know what it is. The video is going to go up a couple of minutes on the channel. You can watch there. What is it? My brain's escaping me. Where's my list of stuff? I could probably tell you what's going up in a couple of minutes because I won't be giving too much away because it's only going up in a couple of minutes. Right, where is it? Where's my file? You see, as I bob around the place, and I don't really know. It's not the ideal setup. Well, it's close to the ideal setup, right? Okay, what's going up? It's going up. Well, I haven't written it down, have I? Nincompoop. It's a wrestling game. Yeah, it's a wrestling game on the Mega Drive. I can tell you that much. So that'll be up very, very soon, if not in about 30 seconds. So WWF. Something, and I do struggle occasionally with these fighting games, but racing games is what's happened there? Racing games are my favourite stuff. Right, Ross has had a 3-hour drive. Right, yes. Dion, nice to say you as organised as I am, Nick. Well, I think so. But you know, doing this live has saved me a bit of time, to be fair. So I will let you get on now. I will let you go on with your everyday Easter stuff. It was good to check in this sort of like bonus video there where I talked about nothing for about 40 minutes, including crisps. So yes, have a very, very good day. Check out that wrestling video if you're into wrestling. I don't let anyone tell you what to do. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye. Well, I'm gonna drink this now. Is it still sunny? Maybe. Anyway, I'm interrupting myself again. Take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye. Bye everyone. Hooray! Thanks for the feedback.